midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. All warfare is based on deception.
It's always on the verge. This pent-up rage that's building up. You know you can't fight the urge. We're burning higher, warming up. Let it all out. Keeping your vow. We want it now. Going out of control. But the voices in your head gonna scream and shout, we want them dead. Gotta turn your vision red. The battle never ends. With the voices in your mind, our justice must be blind. Let chaos be divine. The blade will never die.
知彼知己 Know thyself, know thy enemy. 百战不殆 A thousand battles, a thousand victories.
Burning remains like the funeral pyre. Breaking it up cause we're tearing it down. Branding the truth on a world of liars. Please your God and release the hounds. Let it all out. Keeping your vow. We want it now. Going out of control. You don't need sanity when you have anarchy. You don't need government when you have covenant with your God. Make them wither away, make their foundations decay. You see it coming, it's judgment day. But the voices in your head gonna scream and shout, we want them dead. Gonna turn your vision red. The battle never ends. With the voices in your mind, our justice must be blind. Let chaos be divine. The blade will never die. Know you're one of us. There's no escaping us. There's no one you can trust. So leave them all for dust. You know you're one of us. One of us. There's no escaping us. One of us. There's no one you can trust. One of us. So leave them all for dust. One of us. The voices in your head gonna scream and shout, we want them dead. Gonna turn your vision red. The battle never ends. With the voices in your mind, our justice must be blind. Let chaos be divine. The blade will never die.
Whispers in the dark, telling of a crown. He would go back to the sun, if only to burn them down. It's my red masterpiece, yeah. I'm Picasso with a blade. It's my red masterpiece, yeah. So take me to the grave. To go back down, down back to the sound of speeches and cages, kingdoms and nations. I refuse. It's my and there's nothing left to say. It's my red master. Red masterpiece. And charmers try to subvert, try to convert, but I don't fall down on my knees. It's a beautiful word. Dreamers and enemies always surround me, but I let you make this my masterpiece. Red masterpiece. The cover with the blade.
if you promise not to tell, if you have the time. Everyone has gotten you, always on the run. But if you join the Syndicate, life could get a little more fun. And all of the horses and all of the men won't learn from history. It's all the same in the end. I've told you once and I'll tell you again. The Syndicate is looking for a couple new friends. Couple new friends. Oh. Fight for freedom, fight to end the pain. Hey, this is serious, it's not just some little game. Cause the anarchy's part of me, tyranny bothers me. End it all properly once and for all. They call us the villains, cause they know we'll take the fall. And all of the horses and all of the men won't learn from history. It's all the same in the end. I've told you once and I'll tell you again. The Syndicate is looking for a couple new friends. Oh, a couple new friends. Oh, gain a couple new friends.
My friends have violent tendencies, mask down, gloves on, secret nobility. My friends like instability. Chaos is a good, there's grace in the irony. Hush now, don't you say another word. Tread lightly, speak softly, join our accord. Hush now, come join our band of misfits. Sic semper tyrannis, welcome to the Syndicate.
I've been told I have a tendency to cause havoc, screams like a hell-sent symphony. I've been told to see what's underneath, picking apart, taking the heart, burning the wicked in the heat. Hush now, there's no need to be afraid. Let you in, see the secrets we will gracefully display. Hush now, possibilities infinite. Sic semper tyrannis, welcome to the Syndicate.
Watch where you step, any stone could mark your grave. We dance to the anthems of the nations we saved. Watch where you look, there's some unfriendly eyes, always on the rise and plotting your demise.
Hush now, you were lost but now you're found. For the people, for justice, we're anarchy bound.
Hush now, won't you graciously commit? Sic semper tyrannis, welcome to the Syndicate.
monsters call me, I've answered before. I'd made many enemies and settled my scores, but I did grow weary and I settled down and proudly bore the weight of my crown. I lived on my lonesome away in the far, where there was no violence to trouble my heart. I'd hung up my sword and I'd raised up my hoe, and I lied as I said that I ne'er would go. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown, and so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends. I followed him far to a distant land, where he had been exiled by one single man. His horns, they were wicked, his power was great, and you looked in his eyes and were swallowed by hate. He took me to shelter his humble abode, a pitiful cavern his comrades called home. He handed me bedding and bid me adieu, and I sat and pondered on what I should do. For I craved violence, I craved to be free from the people who wish to control me. Yes, I believe in anarchy's reign, and I know that dictators only bring pain. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends. I prepared for battle, I hoarded and schemed, but I did not know all was not what it seemed. My allies unstable, their loyalty thin. Yes, we would have victory, but what would we win? The battle was chaos, blood roared in my ears, a chain of explosions, they looked up with fear. They set up a leader and shouted hoorays, and I shuddered and realized that I'd been betrayed. Is this what you want? Corruption and power? Well, I won't stand for it. This is my hour. Take on these beasts. I'm now friend to none. If you think you're a hero, then die like one. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. I fled until silence was all I could hear. The voices once screaming now hummed in my ears. The cold, it was lonely, but I was alone, and I promised that I'd not let blood taint my home. But then came a message from my only friend. Oh, warrior, hide or else this is the end. They've bound up my wings and they hunt for your head. They promised me justice, but they'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion, held an axe to my innocent stallion, and said, now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen now. They raised an anvil and laid me below. They thought to crush me, painful and slow, but I did live and I did flee, and I put my pick through the butcher's teeth. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. I returned from battle all tattered and worn, and stumbled upon a poor child forlorn.
He told me his story, he told me his woes, as I thought up a plan for our mutual foes. I stealthily went to familiar lands, as I gathered my weapons and laid out my plans. But when the poor child spoke with friends he had known, he abandoned our mission and left me alone. I gathered my hounds and made them devour the allies I once knew. Sweet friendships now sour, and let explosions rain from on high. And I gladly bid my final goodbye. Oh, woe to thee, people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. Oh, woe to thee, people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. Now leave me be, for this is the end.